Hello, friends. Welcome to this Taurus New Moon meditation. The exact moment of the new moon will be in about, where are we at, 26, 27 minutes at 8:28 p.m. So let's start by taking a quick look at the astrological chart for the new moon and the partial solar eclipse. Solar eclipses have a very wide orbit of influence. In fact, we've been in this influence for most of April and will continue to be in it for some time to come. Though now waning, the elevated spiritual energy of the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction continues and will into late May, now magnified by a further conjunction with Venus. DK tells us that Neptune in Pisces focuses the influence of Pisces on humanity as a whole and not just on the individual. Venus is the exoteric ruler of Taurus, the sign of our new moon, and is exalted in Pisces. This is a very rare triple conjunction, unique in modern times. The fact that Venus is Earth's alter ego allows it to act as a transformer for the energies of these outer planets of Neptune and Jupiter, thus making them more accessible to us. For disciples, these are the three planets that prepare a candidate for the second initiation, stimulating and aligning the solar plexus, heart, and throat centers, and thus providing all that walk the path a unique opportunity for the upward transference of the energies of the solar plexus to the heart and throat. For this reason, our new moon meditation today will focus on this transference using parts of meditation 1 and 2 from Discipleship in the New Age, followed by a period of silence. Pluto continues its sojourn through the last degrees of Capricorn, as it will into 2024. Now in that sign's 28th degree, exoterically feeding the misuse of authoritarian power, dragging the lack of integrity and accountability into the light for all to see. This is emphasized further by the fact that Pluto is in a stationary retrograde position, drilling down into the 28th degree of Capricorn. The Russian war with Ukraine is the obvious externalization of this aspect, but stationary Plutonian energy can also indicate power plays, such as Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter. In his commentary, Dane Rudyard describes the energy of this degree as the power to call forth the instinctive urge for growth, very primal kind of energy here, thus underscoring the fact that even the horrific events of the day eventually contribute to our growth and awareness. We also have Saturn squaring the nodal axes, which references the long-term structures we are building and the choices we are making concerning them, which takes on a heightened meaning in these last 2.5 years of the forerunner. Okay, let's take a look at the eclipse. The moment of the eclipse is always the same as that of the new moon. Eclipses often represent intense pivot points, which can be permanent in their effects. Solar eclipses are often easier than lunar eclipses and can bring forth positive, expansive new beginnings. This eclipse works in accord with the Saturn nodal T-square as an opportunity to consciously set a new intention. Even as Pluto brings to light the old order that must give way, the eclipse, working with all the other aspects in this chart, provide an opportunity to create structures that support a new world order. All the more so because the Sun-Moon conjunction is in a stellium with Uranus and the North Node, the latter representing our future collective destiny. Eclipses tend to bring about sudden, intense changes. Here, Uranus emphasizes this abruptness, bringing in the element of surprise and the unexpected. This can bring to the fore, sometimes painfully, something we've been ignoring, or give us a flash of intuition, even in the context of the other powerful aspects in this chart, an awakening as to a new, more positive direction. For disciples, this Uranus conjunction gives us a tremendous opportunity for getting in touch with higher mind. So the Neptune-Jupiter-Venus stellium provides us with the transformational energy. Saturn T-squaring the nodal axis provides us with our purpose, that of building the structures of a new world order. And the eclipse in conjunction with Uranus and the North Node provides us with a lever, the means to change what stationary retrograde Pluto is dragging to the surface. It's quite a chart. Okay, as I mentioned last month, DK doesn't talk a lot about the new moon, but there is one particularly significant quote, which I'd like to reread this month. In Discipleship in the New Age, Volume 2, he says, "At the times of the new moon and of the full moon, all members of all the ashrams meditate deeply in an invocative and evocative manner. Their meditation, therefore, falls into two parts. The first part is evocative of inspiration from the Nirmanakayas, with whom they deliberately get in touch. The second part is invocative of the new group of world servers and enables them responsively to come under hierarchical impression. This creates a through link from Shambhala to humanity." Okay, let's begin to focus in on our new moon meditation. Just as full moons emphasize the consciousness aspect, new moon meditations allow us to focus on the will aspect. So as we sit erect and align our chakras, let us consider the astonishing fact that our little planet is the center at the base of the spine of the solar logos. Thus, as cells in the body of our logos, we are, as monads, a part of the Kundalini fire of the solar logos. Michael saw these new moon gatherings as an opportunity to plant a seed, to imagine some quality that you would like to see grow and thrive in your consciousness, and then visualize what that quality will look like once it has begun to take root. The particular aspects of this new moon make this all the more possible. So during this meditation, let us imagine some quality that will enhance this, our group consciousness, and then visualize this group soul field penetrating and uplifting our group awareness. Okay, so start to use our deep breathing to calm the physical body, spines erect, and turn our attention briefly to the astral plane and calm any emotions that might be acting up there. And now let us lift our awareness onto the mental plane, where we can truly come together as a group, and where we are gradually beginning to realize that there is no thy soul and my soul, but just this group soul, which is part of the great soul field of humanity. From this high point of tension, let us visualize a brilliant white light sweeping down from the group soul, burning away the illusions of the lower mind, the glamours of the astral body, then down into the etheric, vivifying and electrifying our chakras, which in turn purifies our physical bodies and thus links us as a group with the soul field of humanity. Now let us intensify this presence by simultaneously sounding the Om 3 times while inwardly and silently intoning the second ray words of power, I see the greatest light, and at the same time, projecting a beam of pure white light upwards towards Shambhala. So again, as we sound the Om 3 times, we can inwardly intone the words of power, I see the greatest light, while projecting a beam of pure white light towards Shambhala. Now let us visualize that upward light being met by the light of Shambhala, the light of life itself. This meeting of the streams turns our little group into a channel of light, which we will now and for the rest of this meditation radiate outwards to humanity. Okay, using the opportunity afforded us by the eclipse, let us lift our focus to the head center. We can think of this as each of our individual head centers as portals into the group head center, keeping awareness of both simultaneously. Using the energy of the Neptune-Jupiter-Venus conjunction, let us, through an act of the will, project the energy focused in the head down into the solar plexus while maintaining your focus in the head center. To facilitate this descent of energy, let us intone the following mantra. I am the soul, and also love I am. Above all else, I am both will and fixed design. My will is now to lift the lower self into the light divine. This light I am. Therefore, I must descend to where the lower self awaits my coming. That which desires to lift and that which cries aloud for lifting are now at one. Such is my will. Let us now turn our attention to the energetic interplay between the awakened and the awakening points within the solar plexus in preparation for their transference to the heart center. As we vision the energies of the solar plexus being carried up the spine to the heart center, let us again breathe out the Om into the solar plexus. Om. Now, draw the focused energy created up the spine into the heart. Then up to the throat, into the ajna center, and finally into the head, the seat of soul awareness. We will now have about 10 minutes of silent meditation. This is a very special new moon. So, considering the energies that we discussed, draw those into yourself and make use of this time. I'll sound a Tibetan bowl at the moment of the new moon, and then end the meditation at around 10 minutes after the exact moment of the new moon with a final Om. So we'll begin with an Om. Om. Om.